luck as we get into game number 1 with ODPixel and Fogged.
The battle begins.
Thank you very much, Nomad. Yes, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Time for some more action down in the lower bracket. Xtreme Gaming up against Team Spirit. We're going to see who's able to hold on and survive in this competition and the road to the international. Some fantastic comments there. So Arme was
I think
just
more people have been asking for it because it is a super hard scaling carry. The question is, are they going to get there? This looks like an incredibly greedy draft that XG has gone for. I know that's kind of their style for the most part, but oh man, I think they kicked up the greed on like level 9 or something.
That's true. They need a lot of money to get this lineup online on Xtreme Gaming. We'll see if they get the chance to get there. Team Spirit, on the other hand, looking at their draft, what does their lineup sort of say to you?
It's fast, it's tempo-based, but it also has great scaling. They've got kind of like a mini tricore between the DK, Luna, and the Night Stalker, even though the NS can go down more of a early tempo build as top. XXS might just die here.
Oh. I think he will. Final Lucid Beam comes through over a dart. He's going to be able to start this game off with a first blood.
Yeah, so across the board, I would say Spirit, they have a great way to set tempo. They have great ways to fight early. And yeah, that could definitely be a key to success for them to play versus XG with pretty okay. I think actually both team fights are a little bit lackluster, but I think Spirit may be having an edge just because Luna now can get involved with the Eclipse. Snapfire Kisses are going to be a bit of an edge on that one too. So we'll have to see how the lanes do kick off. First blood does happen right off the bat.
Talk to me a little bit about this your final pick, the Night Stalker, right? Not a thing that a lot of teams are playing with. Interestingly enough, this time round, in comparison to what I believe we saw the other time with the Night Stalker pick, Collapse taking the alternative facet.
Yeah, I mean, of course his lane is going to be a little bit worse, but throughout the game, it's pretty good because you're actually doing way more damage, and you're also just making it so one target cannot really be bailed out of bad situations.
Top lane. Try and get aggressive again here. Scorched Roshan and the Poshka ready to trade back.
I still can't believe that we're doing XG versus Spirit in the lower bracket. It's Ame versus Roshan down here. It's pretty insane. Poshka will protect. Sure that he gets that Lotus. It looks like Tinker on the opposite side was able to get it. Definitely going to be a bit of a slower start here for X. Very strong lane. Spirit is gone. Yeah. But on the flip side too, Muerta is going to be getting that good farm with DY backing him up, especially until nighttime hits. You know, next 2 minutes or so should be quite free for Ame.
I mean, when the nighttime hits as well, do you see an opportunity in this lane for Team Spirit to get aggressive with these two heroes? Like, what will their level of strength be like with the Snap and Night Stalk when the first nighttime hits?
If they bring a third hero, I think it's a little weird sometimes getting too aggressive in Tinker. You have to be a bit cautious as a
shots here being hit by Arme. He's getting some beautiful angles and Collapse getting bullied right back underneath the tower. DY's going to be able to chase him down a little bit, really cause some issues for his farming in this lane. As Collapse not having an easy time during the daytime. Mira comes back into the lane, and again, Arme able to make the connection. Collapse, he's kind of stuck in a bit of an awkward spot.
He's
and DY, oh indeed, he's going to make it back safely. Collapse, living on the edge here. Arme, another shot comes in though, and Arme, he's shooting them down on this bottom lane. We heard it at the start, right? He wanted to play some Muerta. He's getting to do that, turning up and shooting them down easily, getting early kills here in the safe lane.
Lacoste did say, right? I think he was saying, what, 90-something matches in 8 days? So, like, Ame is definitely been fiending. Very nice connections there. 2 early kills. Very nice.
See how much this starts to sort of change the dynamic of this bottom lane, and Collapses able to begin to catch up.
It's more just farm a little bit easier, but they can pose kill threat, especially if like a third hero comes down. And I think that's probably what I'm looking at. If like an Omni or a DK comes down, set up for those kills on them. Besides that, probably level 6 on Snapfire is one of the best tools. That's of course going to take some time. They're here.
And we'll see some of the supports head over for the 6-minute power rune. Yeah, already getting a bit of focus shifted over towards this.
Spirit double checking because they're playing versus that bottle. Laurel not having one, he can actually apply a lot of pressure here too. Having the catapult.
Top lane, they do try and go on Roshan whilst he's been left alone. That movement over towards the mid. They won't be able to get him. We bring him down very low. In fact, the aggression in the mid coming in from Team Spirit.
Oh, and this tower.
Forcing XM all the way back.
This tower needs help. They still have the catapult in mid.
I mean,
It doesn't look like Xtreme are gonna...
XG has to arrow in. Like, that's their best solution to deal with this push right now, but it's too late.
I mean, yeah, this first push coming in with the Dragon Form and indeed with that catapult, it's gonna get the job done. Team Spirit, 6.5 minutes in, they'll take that tier 1 mid down.
That's pretty huge. Like, Laurel having this type of start can definitely have a snowball effect onto those side lanes. He has a 700 gold differential versus that Storm now.
Yeah, and just versus the team, the lineup that's gonna need time.
It's greedy. It's so greedy by XG.
Boschka, he's gonna try his luck.
He does have the repel. Gonna get this grab.
Arrows in, they've got the control. They may be able to make sure he doesn't grab the wisdom, and they'll certainly be able to take his life. XM comes across, and is ready to pick up the kill himself. Same time down bottom, collapse. Getting pretty low.
That was kind of weird. He didn't repel before just walking into the room, so he got stunned. He could have just probably repelled. Something gonna mess up there from Boschka. Bottom, DY. Maybe now also getting overzealous.
I think so. Didn't expect Mirror to be coming in from the sidelines. Tries to get the defense matrix off, does, but it's not enough to save him, so DY will fall under the tower.
Ame,
he's going to be left on his own for now. There's a bit of a rotation coming over from Lal.
DK, you can kind of keep threatening bottom because you're still down there, and I get all this free XP, so... Spirit, good aggressive moves. Of course, 4 kills for XG. But Spirit, at least with the 2 top cores at the moment, looking good. Let's see if they can find Radan.
It's a nice attempt there, trying to get the catch with the dead shot onto Radan.
Can't quite.
Not quite able to do so. If that hits and he's able to push him back, would have had the chance to go for the kill with the Doom. But they let Radan live, and they'll just focus their efforts over towards the tower instead.
Ooh, they're going to look to defend down here. Spirit, not quite 6.
Collapse is able to get the setup.
I mean,
but the numbers on XG could be a bit difficult for Team Spirit to enter into this. I mean, Collapse is trying to see if we can find the squishies first.
Level 6 has been hit on the Muerta.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Diving under March can be a little bit difficult, especially if you don't have the big damage burst and they don't quite have those kisses. Radan getting stopped. Might just get gone on here.
They're gonna have the setup. XM's in. XX's able to follow up. Drops the Doom down. TPs will be coming in. But there will be no saving Radan as XG get the big pick off.
Nice play. Very good patience there. They're moving around the map nicely. They're reading the movements that's coming out so far from Spirit. DY. He'll definitely get caught.
I mean, Ame's going to try and
Ame's
show
so
pace, but he's on his own against the 3 of them. He's got the ultimate ready to fight back a little bit.
Oh, he is surrounded.
He's got Jing Q from the side, but I don't know how much the Marama can do to help out. The arrow is not going to connect Ame. Taken out underneath the tower here by the 3 of them.
That's a save your buddy syndrome if I've ever seen one. Really wanted to try to help out DY, but ends up just giving his life and his courier, now potentially his tower too. That was a bit of a painful death there for Ame. On the side of Spirit, they have kisses available.
Well, let's see who XG want to go for with this smoke. They've got the 3 of them. Who are you looking towards? Do you want to go for the Night Stalker, or are you ignoring the Night Stalker and looking to go elsewhere?
At least, I think team fighting looks complicated. I think they want these kickoffs, but they're going to charge with Omni.
The setup in the middle, Lars quick with the jump over towards Ame just gets taken out immediately. Now look ready to look for more Spirit. I mean, Collapse has turned up. They're in on top of the Storm Spirit. XM's taken down.
That was...
I mean, they're looking for fights, folks, but I don't know if they want to be looking for them at all.
I have to agree, Owen. I mean, they know that they have all their ultis at the ready, especially the kisses, which for Ame, he has to, I think anytime kisses are up, he can't show up to fight. You're just a free kill. You're super immobile. You get it by 1. It's very hard to reset position, and it's a perfect blink over from Laurel. That felt weird. I mean, it felt like they really wanted to force the issue of trying to catch them split up, but Spirit just super prepared. And they're way stronger in this early game.
I mean, Lars watching with the side. He's going to be ready to go again. He's in with the Blink Dragon Tail stun to open things up. Mirror will get sent back by the dead shot, so just give a bit of safety for the 2 of them. Backup's coming in. It's in from XM. Gina will come out for Monster in an attempt to keep the 2 of them alive, but it won't save them from the magical, as XG will bring down the Omni Knight.
5 heroes to bring down that Omni. I mean, that says a lot when they're like, okay, everybody needs to be there to protect Ame if he's going to get gone on, but a lot of time spent to just do that. At the least they'll be able to get this tower, it does look like.
I mean, because it definitely feels like Ame's probably the one making the aggressive calls here, right? He's saying, I want to fight, I want to go for this tower, I want to play for objectives. And it's giving us some crazy action, but maybe not action that in the long run.
Much faster, and also be able to be involved in fights soon, so. It is XG's approach, right? They're going green, but this was surprising that they did try to go for that early jump. And looking at the items, XM is going to go down Witchblade, which is I mean, we'll see if he does. But Orchid is also very valuable and something perhaps necessary versus Omni Knight in a lot of these games.
Dire are scanning.
Poshka, as the Omni, having great ways to bail out anyone that gets jumped, whereas as we're seeing on XG, if any sort of time Lyle's able to get the jump onto Arme with the Dragon Tail, not a whole lot they can do outside of a defense matrix coming in. That's going to have to be the best thing that they can do to try and save each other.
Blink and Dark Ascension has it ready. They see Xingqiu. They're just going to take him. And maybe even look for a Wisdom Rune steal at the same time as the rest of them are still smoked. So they don't show anybody. It's a solo kill, and they're setting up for this room.
They might be able to find themselves a second support kill here, depending on how careful DY is.
Oh, and they might take out all these agents. Look at how low they are. Juicy. Good scan comes out.
DY is going to be found. Over the trees, Collapse sees him. Arme's TP'd in. I mean, Lyle's going to be able to pick up the Wisdom Rune. Actually, they're going to try and find this. They go for the Poshka, but Poshka's going to get burst by XM. See what more they can find from this one as XM continues to stay on top of Mirror. Mirror's going to offer the TP out. The dead shot, though, hits the Blink Dagger on the Doom. So that's definitely going to be a point where I can imagine that if anything's to go by for the gameplay so far, Arme will probably say, hey, let's try and look for a fight. Get involved himself.
It does feel like it.
He doesn't seem afraid of fighting.
Yep, they are it's a very far-heavy trap, but they're still looking for these engagements, which is pretty cool. During the nighttime, perhaps a little bit harder. During the day, they can do these type of plays to kind of play around that Night Stalker and that Luna night vision, but...
Radan.
Up top, UI gets caught.
A freebie here for Super close. 21 minutes in, just a bit of a difference how the wealth is split between the heroes. Spirit being a bit more top-heavy, that Radan.
Mira, he's got a pipe. All right, I mean, it feels like they are getting ready to go for that fight. BKB is about to be done on Night Stalker. BKB's done on the Luna. They've got a pipe on the Snap, so it feels like Roshan forcing is going to be the call here for Spirit pretty soon. But XG, it looks like they're probably going to look to fight back into it because of how much time they've gotten to get these core items.
It looks like they saw the DK show mid, so the initial movement there was seemingly an attempt to cut him off from connecting with the rest of the team. They weren't able to get there in time though, so Lyle should be able to make it back towards the rest of the squad for potentially a 5-on-5 here.
This is a huge fight. Let's see how it ends up going down.
And whether Spirit are patient enough to wait for this, or if they do get tempted to start tackling the Roshan.
Daytime for another 2.5 minutes. Does of course have Dark Ascension, but he doesn't have the...
They're going to know that they're there. Korea gets sniped, but that will give Spirit the information.
Spirit might look to collide into them.
We've got a bit of time left on this smoke. At the same time, Xtreme Gaming, they're going to know that Spirit know after killing off that courier.
The macro movements coming out in this game. Both reading each other kind of beautifully.
See who's going to get jumped.
See Arme.
There's the jump. They're going to try and burn through Arme. Then he's sort of safe, ready for it. There is no Arme. Gone immediately. As Spirit make the jump, and the rest of Xtreme Gaming, they've got to run.
XXS is very dead. No way to get out of this one.
Certainly not. It's going to get slowly but surely chased down by the three, by the four of them. As Team Spirit sweep across the map and catch out two massive picks there.
Beautiful kills. They know that they can just make this.
And Spirit's going to want to get down it though. Yeah, the TPs are coming in, and I don't know if they can do this fast enough. Spirit, they should have a chance of contesting this one. It's just, it's safe, it's slow. They keep themselves at high HP XG. The damage isn't going to be quick enough.
Oh, there's going to be a clash.
See Spirit time to jump in, Roshan. The dude gets dropped down, the PK's already out, and Radan's ready to stand his ground. They take the edges out of Arme's hands almost immediately. They have lost Lyle for it. So XG, they want to try and fight on potentially. 5 versus 4. So if we get further catch, Xingqiu popping the drums, chasing Spirit right down the side of the lane, and look at the arrow connection. It looks like they'll just catch Mira as the rest of Spirit are allowed to run, but it worked out, it paid off. They get the roast just in time, XG, before Spirit initiate on them.
You lose the edges, but it's well worth it. You're kind of taking that one away from Spirit as you make this move. Spirit might look to fight soon. You see Radan's positioning. He's like, come on to this high ground. I've got Eclipse ready.
3 versus 5 though, it's not going to be something they'd be too happy with, and indeed unless XG walks straight into them.
Yeah. They want to just straight run into the rush, so they seize that opportunity perfectly.
Sam jumps up in the mid. I mean, Radan's got the damage, Collapse has got the control. It's enough.
Arrow will connect, but doesn't matter. That's a huge kill.
It's always a risky thing to do when you feel as a player that things have calmed down. You can go for that tempting farm in the mid. It can cost you your life.
Especially if BKB is on cooldown. Gotta be careful versus Night Stalker. Anytime your BKB's down, he can just jump forward for you. We're done.
Success is trying to step up.
I feel confident to push because there's still no Doom yet. 30 seconds.
Let's get it. Lots of tease around with XXS, but he's a tough one to go on, especially with the backup of the defense matrix coming out.
15 seconds, no storm. They'll finish it off.
They can look to move up to the top tier 2 as well. The creep wave pushing in for Spirit.
BKB, so he's going to be a lot harder to bring down. We saw he died in that last fight, pretty much exclusively to the Muertes damage. Now with the BKB, Laurel might just survive as well. 10 to 12, I mean, gold, very, very even, but yeah, just Radon. Yatoro is an absolute monster in the farm. And it's just a pretty cool matchup versus that Muerta because of this beam, how much damage it does, even during the ult.
He's been found. He's going to hug himself out the side. We'll get him to the bell. The backup connection comes in. It's time to put him down. They will stand down the ditch. Going to find the BKB there to tease up. Armo's in, and indeed Armo is left behind. They've taken down Armo. They will lose Radon, but the damage has been done. A double kill for Radon. Spirit, they'll be able to get the control. Otherwise, DY as well with the Dragon Tail. And Spirit, they'll take 3 and only lose 1. It's a big one, of course, Radon going down, but 3 casualties on Xtreme Gaming to make that trade happen.
And I'm going to point out a little bit of a fun thing for people. So for people who don't know this interaction, how it works, if you're doomed and you get repelled, you actually lose HP because the strength bonus goes on you. I don't know if Miposhka just killed Yatoro, but there's a small chance that if he didn't use that repel there, I'd have to look at it to see the exact numbers of it, but you'll see when he throws it, it chunks his health by about 500 or something. So, I mean, we can look at it if you want in the replay stuff, but just a little fun fact.
Sure, but I guess you take.
I don't know if it mattered anyway.
I know
you know what I mean?
Proportionally, you're ruining his health pool, but
yeah,
you're still giving him the 60% magic resist, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Well, he's not taking magic damage from other people?
Sure, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a funny little interaction thing, but yeah.
Hang on. Jump forward. Oh, he's actually able to TP out of this one, but Miposhka and Mira, they won't be quite as lucky. Xtreme Gaming. They'll be able to punish the 2 supports. The Team Spirit stick around a little too long.
Good return kills. They will lose their tower there.
Whatever else happens in the team fight.
Yeah, I mean, you absolutely have to throw it onto him.
Smoke time for both squads.
Oh, both really want to get the jump.
Who's going to walk into who first?
Who's going
to just rally on Xtreme, and they'll probably see the guy. XXS finds his target. They're taking out Miposhka. Now the turn towards collapse. Puts him out to the fight. XXS is able to control the guy. Walker down the deck shot. They're taking Radon down. Wyvert's going to come out here from Miposhka. Team Spirit. Can they really still find a fight out this? I don't think so. They've lost Radon. There's no fight left to be had. The tree line, they're even going to find collapse as well. Xtreme Gaming, beautiful way to start things off there. The smoke gets dispelled. XXS says he's not scared at all. He'll go straight in, finds his target, and makes sure, I mean, what with the purge creep active, he goes over at Manta, takes off the Lincolns, gets the Doom down.
On the high ground, level 20's been hit also.
He's getting to do exactly what he hoped to do. From the sounds of it, before this draft, before this game even started, he turned up today wanting to play some Muerta. It's starting to look pretty darn good now.
I mean, he's 2-4 in aim, so it's been the most explosive one from him, but, yeah, but the concept of it.
He's got the axes. At this point, when you got your Mayone, your Daedalus, you know, you're good to go.
Now he's the character.
You know the heroes are going to get absolutely destroyed by the amount of damage that's going to be coming out for you during the Pierce the Veil. They take the barracks. Not a lot the Team Spirit could do, not anything they could do to stop that from happening. Xtreme Gaming, they are definitely in the driver's seat right now. Spirit, going crazy. XM is ready to jump up to the high ground. Running Andrew comes out, Mark considering turning to the BKB over towards XM, but XM is also able to get the BKB out and zip-zap away.
This damage is crazy with Solar Flare.
And there's the barracks. A second set of racks just melting. Team Spirit have to put the foot.
Okay.
I'm going to show. Just a bit of a bait, if anything.
1 minute. If Spirit can even find an opportunity to capitalize as this Aegis is getting reclaimed, gold, I mean, everyone's just starting to get richer and richer.
Now the Kiss is coming in for the high ground. There's a lot of damage being kicked out here by Mera. Oh, she's getting low. They've been able to burn through the Aegis. And buyback immediately comes out from Xingqiu. sure they're in position to try and keep Arme safe. You've still got the BKB and the Pierce the Veil to play around with if he does get jumped by Spirit. Spirit, they're considering if they can make another move out of this.
Watch the patience from XM. He has been watching and waiting, looking for an
Done.
opportunity to get the full advantage.
Arme's ready to open up onto him, and the damage comes out. It's an immediate kill. An immediate kill there from the two of them. Collapse. And Radahn.
The Silver Edge.
They completely evaporate him.
I mean, what, double Havoc Hammer into Silver Edge sneak up onto him.
Yeah. Now Spirit. They're bringing him down low on the Doom Killer. He's gone again. They've killed XX's off. And they can continue to push on towards the barracks.
Massive.
Trying to keep them pushed back. The fortification will come out. Still 30 seconds until Arme's back up. XXS dead for a minute. Does have the option of buyback.
He had a chance on BKB. He walked up without that BKB and gets caught.
I mean, just underestimating the damage the Spirit have to come out with.
Spirit showing they've still got
The
this.
second fortification coming out here from Xtreme. 10 seconds until Arme's up.
Trying to get as much as physically possible. 40 seconds. They can keep going to just try to maybe force a Doom by here.
Radahn, he's got Eclipse up in 5 seconds. He's got BKB in 10. Gonna get jumped in. They call. I'm gonna break set. And they're gonna force take out Radahn. Radahn's able to sneak away from Silver Edge. Radahn put down the clutch stuff. BKB clutch is gonna go for the BKB TP. Spirit, they're just gonna bail out of this. Mirror, is he able to get out with the TP in time? Anything stopping there? Is it Mirror escaped? They're gonna sentry down from the Posca. They'll pop the Guardian Angel, but the Posca will get left behind. So Xtreme Gaming, they'll get the 2 kills. I'm gonna take down Lyle, take down Maposhka, but it does require
There's no
Arme.
glyph.
He's ready to go again.
There's no glyph for this high ground either.
Barracks are under attack.
Radahn, he's hit the 25.
I'm just watching for the flank positioning of him, really.
20 seconds until they've got Maposhka up. Mid-racks, Xtreme Gaming, able to claim them this time round. And again,
This game is wild.
it's stepping up to be one of those games, 18 to 18. It's not a huge amount of kills of 42 minutes in, but this game is delivering.
The smoke up XG. They want to try to catch them off guard here. Still got a little bit of left at the end.
So XXS has to back out of the fight for now. He's enough to GQ, takes him down. Lars getting low, but Arme, he's the first to fall, and Marley's ready to jump in and look for more. XM has to go for the ball. I need TP. They got anything to stop it. They don't.
Look at these death timers.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. 80 seconds on Muerta, 100 on Miranda and Doom.
Arme had money for buyback. I guess he spent up on the Lincoln's orb, the ultimate orb, to get the Lincoln Sphere. So he doesn't have buyback.
They might. Oh my. Okay. XM and DY might. They have to kind of cut this creep wave in the mid lane.
XM will care.
He missed.
He missed.
He missed. They popped also, but he missed.
Well, he'll get this creep wave at least.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one of them heading straight towards the base of Xtreme Gaming.
Laurel.
It's 2 versus 5.
Oh, and they might just be able to end this.
I think they have. They're going to be able to do it.
He buys a moon shard on Radahn. They're looking to close it up. There's no
Oh
blip.
my goodness.
Oh, no way. This is how it
They're
ends.
on to the tier 4. They don't have the buyback. XXS is on cooldown. Arme doesn't have the money. It's absolutely over.
It's over.
Gentlemen, Team Spirit on to the ancient. They'll take game 1.
What is going on? This was unbelievable. All right, back and forth we go in this one, and then one overextension, I guess, and they.
Let's see if that does end up being the case. Thank you very much, Time. A lot of confidence here. Let's get into the game with OD and Fogged. Thank you very much, Tim.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get some action here around the bounty runes. It doesn't look like they're going to get a catch here with the Brambles, but yeah, this game 2 on the Tinker to bail him out if things start to look tough in a team fight.
Exactly. That's kind of the thing that I'm going to be looking at. It does look. It doesn't look as greedy by any means this time around from XG. Just yeah, how much is this sniper going to be able to do, and how much are they going to be able to protect him? Once they start collapsing, there's a storm. There's that Mars. There's going to be multiple different heroes that are just jumping on top of him. And the other thing to point out, of course, it's a Storm Morphling lineup that isn't really versus most stuns. It is a little bit lackluster on that one. So we'll see how it ends up going down. Whoop, no one saw that.
Yeah, let's do it indeed. I mean, yeah, because talk to the timings for both these lineups. It's a lot of pressure that can come in from Xtreme Gaming, which we saw the last game. Xtreme Gaming, despite the fact that it looked like they had a greedy draft, they were very active early on. They were looking to get a lot done very early on, and for the most part, it was kind of working out for them.
It was. No, absolutely. I mean, XM, I felt like he actually played miraculously as the Storm Spirit. He was kind of like leading the charge, finding so many of these great pickups. Same thing for XXS. Every one of the Dooms, it was on Radon, right? Every single one did catch him. Of course, there was a bit of reflect that happened at the end of the game there that was unfortunate for them, but that was a really, really fun game. Did not expect it to go like that. Yeah, let's see what the result of the lanes come out, because that's why they wanted this sniper. Sure, yeah, later on, might be some problems of like the jumping on top, but in the lane in particular, should be a good matchup to at least slow down that Storm's momentum. And I think that's kind of what XG was looking for. Maybe across the board. All three of their lanes are very strong. The Tusk Visage we've seen time and time again throughout this tournament. Tons of damage, explosive throughout most of the game.
3 lanes. Xtreme Gaming. It's a hot start.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can definitely see why they want. You know, they're putting people on very comfortable and just wanting to be as comfortable as possible with XM playing this sniper. Mira. Trading with DY. Looks like he wants to prevent the hard camp from spawning. Oh man, Laurel.
It's getting very close to the what can you do kind of part of the laning phase here for the Storm against the sniper. He's getting the salves out. Uses bold charges.
I look at the sentries that Team Spirit did place though below here for Laurel. They want to ensure that Laurel, he knows he's going to lose his mid. He has to just go farm jungle at some point, right? So making sure that these aren't blocked early on, it looks like it was something very important for them in terms of that matchup.
This is Lal.
I want to see what build he does, because we did see Marine did go the Gleipnir build that game, which was kind of cool because they wanted. They were so far ahead that game, but wanted extra catch. Could be similar. They might want extra catch versus the Morph in that Storm.
And it's also worth noting as well, this game XM has the ghillie suit. I think Marine had the other one, right?
He did.
So a bit of variety there between these mid snipers.
Very true.
Complete domination in this mid. The levels, it's going to take a lot of catching up for Lal. He's going to have to find some sort of space and time to recover.
He's gotten... Mira.
Why? Actually getting the burst in time, not able to TP out under the cover of the Shadow Realm. First blood for the Tinker.
Might be able to get a side pull off of that kill too if they clear these two creeps very quickly. Could deny some XP as well from Collapse. Only gonna get one of the range creeps, but Collapse also sitting low HP up here. They might look for a dive play.
He's got to be careful, Collapse.
This is cool. DY actually puts the second point in laser too. Sometimes you see only the 1 point and they start going barrier. He's feeling good because he can get aggressive.
Yeah, I think he feels that at this point he's put the fortification. Miposhka starting to throw out some fire spirits, slow down the attack speed, try and slow down this early siege from XM.
Hey, look at Laurel. Level 4, he's starting to clear this hard camp stack at the least to start to catch back up. But the supports now having to sit mid to soak. Q, still waiting. Just to keep tabs of him. Does mean that Collapse is left on his own because they want to be able to. They want to put these two supports here to try to protect Laurel.
Oh man, DY.
Yeah, it's really nice having these like double, triple burst kind of versus even Mars, who can be a bit sustainable. And this mid tower, it's dropping.
Yeah, I mean, look at this, 7.5 minutes in. I mean, XM. He's going to be able to take this one pretty much as quickly as what the DK was able to take the last game tower.
Pretty much the same, yeah. He's got
so
a
7 minutes in.
Full two levels over Laurel still. XM.
He's just stepping up.
Look at how confident he is.
My goodness. He's not scared at all, and I guess rightfully so. I mean, what Team Spirit going to do about this sniper at this point? I don't know. I mean, it's a honestly, it's going to have to just be a waiting game for them to get the ults online, right? If they have the ultimates, then maybe they can make a play onto XM. Until that, this sniper feels kind of untouchable.
Until Storm has 6. Like, it doesn't, the supports, they need some levels, but the Storm 6 is the gap close, so they need that one in particular versus XM. Radon, though, will be able to close the gap. XM, he's got backup, and that was an aggressive way for him, so Radon, perhaps in trouble.
See, I mean, XM playing to the side of his Fire Spirits are connecting. He's able to turn for the Assassinate.
Another waveform's up.
Not quite enough burst. So Radon's able to get out of there. They'll turn into the river towards GQ with a Vortex. Level 6 is hit by Lal. He's itched forward.
He's out of mana.
The snowball's there. They turn with the stun. Lal, is it going to end up going down in the river? Team Spirit, they can't fight into Xtreme right now. Xtreme around XM Sniper. They're too strong.
These lens are devastating. A 3K lead already.
Does have the arena. Okay. If they can do it here, they've got the XM. They'll get him. All right, Collapse. Ready to shake the game up a bit, turn up and find some action. It's a big one, taking out the sniper. Of course, still overall, Xtreme holding an incredible lead.
Down a little bit. The supports are also pretty low level, right? Miposhka still 5. Mira's still 4, so even with a arena, they need 2 cores. They can't have like a support plus a core looking for these kills. So they'll have to bring either Laurel or Radon to look for kills with a arena.
Yeah, for sure. Because that last sort of situation in the jungle where Collapse was able to get the kill on XM with the first arena was definitely quite a bit of a perfect one, right? There wasn't either of the supports from Xtreme Gaming set up to back up XM. If there's even just sort of one of them, Collapse alone, it's unlikely to get the kill on XM.
And top, looks like they're going to put XXS in the more scary lane, the more scary position. They're like, okay, you want to make an aggressive move? You'll have to make it on the Visage. So swapping the positions there. Ame now going to just be able to farm Ancients. And they're going to be able to hold this tower and maybe even make their own aggressive move. I believe that is the Atos finished up here on XXS.
Collapse. He's going to have to be careful about how he walks into this.
Seems to be aware.
And they're watching it from the high ground. They get the Atos set up, and it stuns the familiar. Snowball and Shards will catch it, but he'll drop the arena down in return. Get the spear connected in on towards Xingqiu. Xingqiu pulls himself beside the drinking buddy. Radon is going to go down. Radon fully committing him for the fight. He's ticking down low, trying to run away from all of this. Can he get away?
He just hit 6 on Phoenix.
Radon's going to survive the supernova down. Can they take the egg down in time? They can. They bring the egg down. Indeed, Mira actually helping out there to make sure they don't get the kill from it. There's still the fight falling into Xtreme's hands as they get the double kill on XS. They're trying to back on Mira. He's getting beat in by XM. He's also going to fall. They're trying their best to kill this sniper. Look at the fire spirits onto him, slowing down his attack speed. XM being bullied back by Miposhka, but he's cost his buyback from Miposhka. Miposhka, he may just go down again. He's going to try and submarine up to the high ground, but the snowballs into the punch from Xingqiu will cause it to be a dieback on the Phoenix.
But they didn't have 6 on Mira. It's a very late one, so no fear to cover that egg. If they had that, potentially could get a turn, but instead he has to deny the egg. So now they're going to be able to walk in and actually steal away some of these stacks that Spirit was really trying to defend. They're getting so much in this early game.
Yeah, they're crushing this early game. Xtreme
Is under attack.
all sort of spiraling out.
For sure as the game progresses. Getting these so early on. XM.
They're looking for XM. He's able to play to the distance. They have the vision, but can they get the catch? They're going to try. They've got the arena, they've got the spear. TP's coming in, doesn't matter. XM's gone.
Very nice play.
But it's something, but again, overall Xtreme, I don't think I mind paying the price too much because they do get that Aegis onto Ame.
Absolutely. But it's something, you know, Spirit gets what they can get out of
It's
it.
a trade.
Yeah, it's some type of trade at least. Ame is showing a bit far forward alone. They are pinging him out, but they don't know where the rest are just yet, so not going to look to make that aggressive move onto him.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Radon, there's a flank here. Look at this position from Ame.
Anta has already been popped as well, so he has no dispel available.
What a play. Nice move from Ame. Radon not expecting that rotation. Tri-core farming well. Your greedy Tinker's getting his items online, and now they're looking to smoke. Want to put more pressure on. Especially now that this morph is dead.
If they can sweep into the ancient triangle area of Team Spirit, XG stand a high chance of finding a big kill. And the Spirit's right on
This is looking real difficult for Spirit. They're unable to get any space on the map. The second somebody shows, they just get ran at from 3-4 heroes.
Yeah, Xtreme Gaming's draft this game too just seems perfect for the way that they've come in and want to play Dota, play the game against Team Spirit.
I mean, they were fighting last game when they had a bit of a greedy draft. This time when they don't have a greedy draft, they're just kind of picking every single one of these battles.
It's working fantastically.
It's to the high ground already. Yeah. What are you going to do,
8
Spirit?
minutes in, they've got to do something.
So much damage. Throw the drinking buddy onto the familiar for that big DPS. Mira looking to cut a wave, maybe.
Okay. We'll be able to do so. They haven't got any creeps in, so the backdoor protection will kick in pretty soon. So this will cause Xtreme to have to back up for now. They've still got plenty of time to try and push on with that Aegis. Still 2.5 minutes left on Ame's Aegis, and Eclipse is going to be up very shortly.
Nice Spirit. I feel like they just kind of have to go for some type of YOLO play.
It's a risky one.
This game is just looking pretty out of hand if they don't catch XG off guard somehow. But this is not an easy fight by any means.
They've got the combo.
The egg is online, and I believe Miposhke did buy Shard, so he's got the upgraded Sunray. I mean, they need every little bit of damage they can get, it feels like.
Collapse has got to get an insane arena to start this off.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Pretty much every single ultimate has to come perfectly, and even then, we'll see if it's enough.
What can they do here? XXS watching from the high ground. That's it with the jump. It's going to start things through. They're going to throw everything down onto XXS.
Quite a bit committed, though, as you said. Almost everything used onto him. They still have an egg.
Xtreme Gaming definitely showing that even with their visage gone, they are not scared of Team Spirit.
No, definitely not. They're even gonna want that because I think they want to look to close this game up.
I think so. They just want to survive and hit the base, hit the objectives. They don't really care too much about hitting heroes right now. They know how much damage they can do here so early on, 20 minutes in.
This Rax is gone.
Tier 2's, of course, still standing in the side lane, so Xtreme will have to back off for those. This mid Rax gone. Everything continuing to go to plan here for Xtreme.
And Abe, Radon actually shows himself
What's gonna get away with?
They can threaten. It's a little scary, but I think threatening is fine. Just a couple pokes because you have these Visage Familiars and all these auras. The Familiars do a ton of damage with the Luna aura plus the drinking buddies. Arena in 20.
Tier 3. It's going to be taken down slowly but surely. The fortification comes out. There's a little more time.
DY just throwing barriers onto absolutely everybody.
I see how much they respect that arena timing, as you say. It's back off cooldown. Collapse has got it ready to go. Do Xtreme Gaming care, though? Continue to push on. Tier 3 gone. Collapse. They're going to get the opening and on towards Armin. Woods has the match. He'll back off. Radon, he's caught in the front. Will wait for back just in time. Oh. Collapse still waiting.
The buildings are going down.
They're going down. They're onto the barracks. And in front of the towards Collapse, they're going to be able to get on top of him with the storm. They're going to punch shot. The arena is out, catching the two of them. Just one from Lava. No, he's getting melted. Has to back up with the full lining. Sam says, Radon down the beam. We'll get the waveform off. But they lose Collapse. Radon and Lal having to retreat back to the fountain. Xtreme Gaming, they get the job done once again.
And back to healing everyone up. DY, he's here. Laurel shows bottom. They're going to smoke. They're going to look for the jump on him, maybe two. 92 Raxes have been claimed. XG knows how far ahead they are at the moment. They even popped a glyph on the wave.
Get away, but he wasn't able to clear the complete creep wave.
There's one left.
As D1 creeps all they need to get through. Get rid of that
barrier.
backdoor protection.
Yep, heal it up. Give it a solar crest. Give it anything you can. The hero creep to go for the final set of Rax.
Really feels like it's going to be one more chance here for Spirit to slow XG down.
And can they even kill these tanky cores? It doesn't look like it.
Tier 3 gone, the final set of Rax is fine. They're going to come in heavily in on the Supernova's in for the sniper, and they burn through the sniper. They get it. Bring XM down. Supernova will go successfully. XXS getting pinned to the side as well with the Spirit Collapse.
But the Rax.
EY with the next one to be focused now by Spirit, but indeed the objectives are what Xtreme's looking for with the Familiars. XXS getting close to finishing them off. Double kill farming, but the Eclipse still ready to go. Comes out, they snowball over the one Collapse. Radon trying to stand his ground, but he's going to get cleaned up by the beams of Arme. Triple kill for him. They're throwing all the buybacks into this fight, Spirit, to try and keep the game alive, but there seems to be set for Xtreme. They're ready to close it up. They get the full lineup back together, pushing down the bottom lane, finishing off the barracks. Spirit then forced back to the fountain. The mega creeps are out.
Alright, that's it. Spirit, they've tried to hold on during this early game, but this is just too much. Xtreme, they're closing it out.
They are indeed. The tier 4s melting to the damage in the farm of Arme and XM. The ancient exposed. There's no Collapse here for the final defense. Spirit, they'll try to the four of them. Laurel goes in and makes it call. He'll be able to dig to the side. He's still alive, but they cannot get any of the kills. Radon's gone. GG is called. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to a game 3.
I think we're all happy about that, let's be honest here. These two teams, it's unfortunate we get them in the lower bracket, but we're gonna be fortunate to get that game 3.
And look at that, I mean, Xtreme Gaming, after, you know, a few...
Way to get vision, like Mira was saying. This is an interesting one, because one of the abilities also on Undying is kind of just dead. Soul Rip when you're playing with Dusa is pretty bad, but I guess he can't Soul Rip others. That's also not ability really skilled till way later on, so playing mostly around Decay and the Tombstone. We'll see how this ends up going down. We'll see how these lanes do go down, because they did. I know they ended up, they said at the end there, the Centaur pick into the Mars sometimes can be a bit of a risk, because if you don't stampede early, you just get stuck inside that
Something going
arena.
for the early game, at least for Team Spirit. That very much was the beginning of their struggles in that game too.
This top lane could be a little bit weird. That's the one thing. This Batrider is very good to be able to trade versus an Undying, but the one thing is like Undying can sometimes just devastate lanes if he gets too many double decays, and it does get one right there. So we'll see how Collapse is going to be able to do, because I think this is the one this will probably be the most difficult lane for Spirit.
See how well they can play these early levels. And see, just sort of overall, when you look back at some of the patches, I mean, obviously these heroes have changed over time, but historically, Terrorblade, Medusa, and when you consider the changes in the position that these carries are in now, how do they sort of match up? How are the timings against one another?
I don't know how they match up nowadays, because things have changed quite a lot.
Yep.
But in the past, a lot of the TB players liked playing that matchup versus Medusa, because you have this reflection. It ends up working well versus her and versus her team and stuff, but who knows nowadays? With the way that Medusa changed so much, it's like a completely different hero almost in a way, because you have these extra nukes, you have your Facet in particular also makes you so much stronger, because you have a literal passive that makes you do more damage. It's just different, you know, it's just very, very different match.
So Jinkyu was taking the creeps for a bit of a walk, but Poshka ready to contest it.
And bottom, in particular for the side of Spirit, this is a pretty strong lane. They do have the TB versus a Tusk Centaur, which is a little awkward, because the Drinking Buddies overall isn't going to be the most useful with the hero like Centaur. Not horrible, but it's not like, you know, a ranged hero that benefits the maximum from it. So we'll see how much they can actually apply pressure onto that safe lane of Spirit as well. I thought both safe laners are going to free farm, which usually means we're in for an explosive later stage of a game.
Absolutely. I mean, with the lane situation playing out down bottom, it's going to be a very slow start for farm of XXS.
Nice deny, DY. Yeah, maybe XXS actually will have a harder time than Collapse will.
Yeah, I mean, these first few waves, he's barely been able to touch any of the creeps here, XXS.
Love to see as the lane continues.
Just similar levels of struggle to that of Collapse on the other side of the map.
Pretty much the same. Collapse, though. Big hit. Not enough damage. Almost.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, just having double nuke. Double nuke on this Medusa. It's so nice when you're just reducing their strength so much with this Undying. It's really causing problems for Collapse.
A lot of focus around the mid there. Jinkyu. Let's head over to see if there's a chance to get in on top of Lal, but wasn't to be the case. Look at that vision set up around the mid. He's also able to take over the Watcher, so a lot of information that Xtreme Gaming are getting around this mid portion, and also, of course, around the triangle, I guess, in terms of just checking for stack potential.
Yeah, they blocked it as well, too, right? They put that sentry from earlier. They're playing versus Batrider, so they also are playing versus that Collapse Mars. They probably expect to have a hard lane, so just making sure that they can know if any of those stacks are going out. Also, this tournament just has an absolutely insane amount of stacks, especially in that like Aurora versus Heroic game, but
super safe against these two. It's going to take a +1 to come in. I mean, that very much is the story for any of these lanes, it feels. It's got to be a rotation when it comes to finding the early action. But yeah, both teams, they're very happy to play this passively, especially the carries run. You know, Radan came here to hit creeps on the TB, and Arme, he came here to hit creeps on the Medusa.
100%. Mira, XM is making a move. Can they get the lineup? Does he have the range for the assassinate? Guess not. He had the healing lotus, so maybe it was okay.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah, level 1 assassin. Yeah, I think it would have survived.
Yeah, it would have
just a couple of stick charges in the lotus. Yeah.
Let's
XM knows, doesn't go for it.
And let's see where that first move. I mean, Poshka also now looking at least.
You know, this could be your final game here on the road to the international.
0-0. Now this, yeah, you know that this is one of those lower bracket eliminations.
Oh,
see that?
It is.
Poshka, he's got the dive. Stampede is online. All right.
Okay, that could get some action going. Top lane, the spear does connect onto DY.
Mira.
He's going to try and fight in under the tombstone. It's not going to go well for him as Xtreme finds first blood.
And
As DY takes Mira down. Rotation comes in with the snowball. They're ready to take out Collapse as well. They hit him with the snowball. Collapse, he's also going to fall. Extreme, they'll find the first 2 kills to start this game off.
And they didn't have to use the Stampede. They could have actually used it earlier in case of anything they want to say, but DY was confident. And even if DY dies, it would have been first blood, but it's at the point where it instant respawns. Because we have already made it to this like 8-minute mark. So the Ceaseless Dirge would have kicked Poshka on him.
Another turn up from XM. He's got an assassinate coming in, but Poshka's going to
try and sunray away, but the Assassinate will finish him off. Another kill to be found from Xtreme. DY. And he's ready to start wandering across the map. Same to be said for XM.
They want to apply more pressure. XM's starting to feel his power.
And then the Metamorphosis is on cooldown for a long time for Radan.
Radiant's
Bottom tower is in trouble, so yeah,
Radan's
done.
out of it.
He's going toward top. Ame is sticking around up here.
Collapse
Arena for it.
See if they've got the damage. Is there going to be any backup coming in for Ame? But the Stampede to try and get him away, it's going to work. They don't have anywhere close to enough damage to threaten the Medusa. Even if the Metamorphosis was up, unlikely. And they were going to threaten Ame. Back over in the mid, Spirit. Trying to go for the setup onto Jing Q. He's going to be able to drag himself away with the drinking buddies, and he's out.
Oh, this ability.
TPs are coming in as well. Quick Dragon Tail will stop XXS from getting a chance to set up with a stomp. But again, Xtreme, they're putting a stop to any of these early game moves that Spirit are trying to get going. Collapse is also about to have Arena back online, so some of the tools coming together that could allow Spirit to make a move happen. They're going to smoke up with the two of them. Poshka, of course, yet to hit the 6 himself, so this will be without the Supernova. Just trying to find something off the back of the Blink Dagger on Lyle.
Oh, what a timing for XM to move out of there, though. We'll be able to sneak himself away. Slow little dwarf.
Back over towards the mid. They might be able to have a chance to go for it. They've got the setup. Ishira. He's going to get up to the high ground, but Assassinate, bam! Comes in, takes him out. And XM getting easy kills and can put the pressure onto the tier 1. Same time, bottom lane, Radan. Trying to take down the tier 1 himself, but the TP's available. The setup's there, but Lyle able to put a stop to who's stop attempt from XXS with a quick Dragon Tail. But that does bring his numbers. Want to get left behind. He'll try for a TP out, but XM, he knew it was coming. Immediately started getting the Assassinate going to make sure that Lyle cannot escape.
5-0. XM is everywhere. This sniper, 3 of the kills because of him. His little rotations actually get away with stealing this wisdom. Ame was over here, but he just decided to push the lane instead, so. Silver lining for Team Spirit, they do get these 2 wisdoms at the 14-minute mark.
Xtreme, I could be ready to look for another move. So the Blink Blade Mail online for XXS.
They're so strong in these fights on the side of XG.
If they get the jump, they'll get the kills very quickly. I mean, XXS is already on top of Radan. He's moving in onto Radan. Is he got anywhere to play his way out of it? Dirina will come out. He's got the turn to side. The Pokemon he looks for XM. The Tornado's there now. He's out for the Stampede. Look towards XM and finally fall. Mirror also to fall in response. XXS has to collapse. Radan, he's caught in the corner. DY and Ame will bring him down. An awkward spot there for Spirit to try and fight it.
It's the reason we don't see this one too often right now, and Xtreme are just capitalizing beautifully after these lanes.
And they can get on top of him, they can kill him. The fights are going to be so difficult for Radan to turn up to.
And Ame's farm is just getting absolutely out of control, as you said. Yeah, Manta, he's got the ulti orb also finished up too.
He is massive for 16 minutes in.
They all really are. DY also has a Pavis, so he's also decently farmed on this Undying. Collapse blinking in.
DY drop the tombstone. They have to drop the arena, but then they don't die. XM and DZ's outside of the arena, so it's perfectly fine. The jump comes in from XXS. They're going to take down Mirror. The Supernova will come out, but XM's perfectly fine at a safe distance away from the egg, away from it all. They'll kill off Mirror, they'll kill off Collapse, and they're ready to try and chase him for more. The zombies chasing down Lyle. The Sharks won't quite grab onto them, but the jump from XXS. In with the big storm. They wraps around with the stone gates. Lyle taken out. But Poshka trying to escape onto the high ground, but he cannot get away from them as Xtreme will slowly but surely take him out as well. 4 dead, double kill for Ame. It's 11-1, 8k leader at 17 minutes in. It's almost as if this game is going faster than game 2.
It feels like it.
This draft, Xtreme Gaming. After that game 1, game 2, they walk over Spirit. Now game 3, they are doing it in a very Xtreme Gaming style.
They're speed running it. It does feel like it. That's a perfect fight for them.
Yeah.
Sniper doesn't get caught in the arena. DY is just standing inside of it. They can't even finish off the Undying. And even if they kill him, he instantly respawns. Back at the base, he'd be able to come right back in. They're getting nothing, Spirit. Things are crumbling faster and faster. And trying to think of how they can try to stabilize things. And it feels like it might just be like sitting back and farming, but that doesn't even feel good either.
It's going to take something crazy from Spirit to slow this one down.
This is a tanky Centaur. They've got decent damage with 4 heroes here, but
Got
is
the
it
late
enough?
mail off before the
The lasso, it's on the retreat, the snowball there as well. I mean, Jinkyu trying to get XXS back to safety, but he will get taken out. They should be able to turn towards Jinkyu here with the damage from the Morphosis. From the backlines, XM shot down Marl. Rodan gets the double kill. See if they can get out though. And Poshkara, he certainly cannot. Now Collapse. Also got to be careful with one of the zombies starting to go at him. Rodan.
Tower is under attack.
Hey, just in the meanwhile, just Ame's just farming though, right? So they're trying to make these moves with 5 heroes because it feels like it's like these desperate moves, but Ame's like, this is great.
He's gonna have a Skadi.
He is
18
so
minutes in,
farmed.
Manta Skadi. It is crazy timings.
His team doesn't need him either. They can actually fight versus Spirit without him at this point because of how far ahead they are. And XM, yeah, she almost has a BKB on top of everything too, so even tankier. Hey, with BKB, he might not even die if they throw everything.
I think so, even if they sort of get the setup with the arena into the egg. If they can't find the chain stun to just completely control him, he's going to be able to turn and take down that supernova.
And XXS is getting closer and closer to having a Crimson Guard too, which... Oy, oy, oy. He is a tanky beast on this Centaur. It's going to block so much of the damage that Spirit is already lacking. DY. Aggressively postured because he's got Ame.
He's going to get the tombstone dropped down. They've got Stampede as well. It's a beautiful jump in on the mirror of Rodan. Rodan can get the sun off. He can. The arena is there with the spear connection over towards XXS, but he's tanky enough to walk it off. They can't quite.
Here comes XM.
So Rodan getting sniped down by XM. Double kill for DY. Spirit, they've got to run.
12,000 lead. They're just continuing to dive forward. Jinkyu wants more. Can't find it, but the tower in jeopardy. There's no glyph.
These fights are just proving to
That
be
they really can shut him down. So Ame already has. It's just crazy the timing, right? The Scotty this early versus these range cores. That's beautiful. Beautiful so far from XG. Hey, give him an Aegis. Okay.
Yeah. Good luck.
Good luck.
At the moment.
This hero
Doing it on
sometimes
Undying.
doesn't move, doesn't do much of anything. DY is leading the charge, making plays. Maybe we could see some more of this hero coming in.
Lark.
Carl?
He's cool. He's cool.
He's alright.
Rodan desperately trying to find what farm he can on the map. Again, considering the circumstances, he's keeping up with XM.
Oh, but he's in trouble.
He's been found now. XS was ready to use that Stampede to stay on top of him. Does get the Sunder off, but it's not really going to matter. Has to take these risks and farm in such locations.
To find what they can on the map, trying to get these next items.
Middle tower.
Will they get the time? And look at the positioning from Mira. He's just trying to like, cut waves, but he's caught.
Oh, he's dead. Bye-bye.
That's like him like trying to D1 to catch a wave because they're looking to just take this mid-rax.
I scratched 22 minutes in,
Even
and you got Ame on the Medusa hitting your high ground.
full Greaves on DY. This is a super far than dying.
Trying to jump onto DY. Collapse is in with the form. They'll burst through the Undying. Arena's there, if anything, to just sort of hold them back and give them a chance to back away from this.
He does respawn instantly though, so Undying, he's coming right back to that fray.
Rodan is going to do his best, cutting the creeps. The range racks are gone. XXS is going to jump on. Immediately on top of it, Collapse is gone.
The Poshka?
He's going to dive away just in time to assassinate. Here it comes. Ooh, not enough.
But the
He'll
Rax, it's actually backdoor does kick back in, so they will keep that alive with their
Rodan
bodies.
is indeed. He's keeping the melee rack safe. High ground of his base.
Here comes that push again though. And they can even transition it toward bottom if they have this creep still alive. Jinkyu's already immediately
I
running
think
there.
they're certainly going to want to. They know at this point, Spirit, what do they do against this sort of push coming at them at 24 minutes in?
Ame's got the butterfly. There's just no damage on Spirit to deal with this. They'll get rid of the creeps. So actually, you might have to just back up and deal with that. So they're being pesky. Trying to delay as long as possible, but like, if they even throw everything onto him, it might not be enough.
They're going to maybe try catch them by surprise, Spirit.
I mean, this is the you have to do something quirky.
I mean, with the vision being taken out.
They still have that one ward for Dawn.
The CD1 Mirror's going to get the jump in with the last shot. The jump back up. This is with the jump. Who's done straight away on Spirit? Mirror is gone. And now immediately they move towards Rodan. Rodan is there anywhere to get him out of this turn with the sun to pop the matter. Look towards Ame. kill streak for XM. There's only Maposhka survives. Xtreme, they lose nothing, and they're ready to come barreling down the bottom lane.
They pop the Crimson, it blocks an unbelievable amount of damage. And Roshan drops first. They need him as long as possible. That looks like it just might be it. 21,000 gold lead. They couldn't kill anybody.
They really couldn't, and now there's a full pipe on top of it all. Exorcist has managed to add to his inventory. They'll move up towards the top lane. Xtreme.
That was their all-in fight, and yeah, couldn't bring down a single target. XG just too damn strong, too far ahead.
Cute. See what sort of response he can get. He'll get another buyback coming out. Spirit. So maybe their final fight, they're going to try and give it everything they've got. But Mira's already been caught by the Huso. Mira's gone. Out for 45. No buyback available on him. The top ranks have been taken. Lol to fall. Out for 75. The mega creeps are out. Xtreme Gaming here, moments away from what it feels like knocking Team Spirit out of the competition. And they get the jump on to Roshan. The Terror Blade's out. No buyback available for him. GG has been called. It's the end of the game for Team Spirit. Xtreme Gaming will be the ones to move on today.
At the back of the Medusa and the XM Sniper, the two games that they decimate. This Sniper XM, he's out of control. These rotations, he's matching the DK's moves. Laurel's first move with his blink actually gets matched by the Sniper, and the game explodes from there. It was very